What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP. I'm back with that true crime talking, baby. Let's go. Before we go, though, before we jump into this topic, and it's that topic that popped today, man. It's that big news. It's that Long Island Strangler. Look like he done been caught. But before we jump into that, do me a huge favor. Smash that like, and if you haven't already, I don't know why you wouldn't. Smash that subscribe for your boy. I appreciate it greatly. All right, guys, let's jump into this one. Boy, oh boy, we have a case that has been running for. They're saying, close to 16 years. That's what they're putting the time frame at, and they're talking about as this whole thing has progressed. It's been they've said it could have been anywhere from 10 to 16, right? But for sure, this man has been arrested and he's being charged with at least three of 11 bodies that have been found in this general area. Now, two of the bodies, it's kind of sus. One was a toddler, and the other one was a transgender man, or man that was. You guys know how that works. But anyways, so man, it's fresh, guys. It's fresh, and for as fresh as it is, law enforcement has put out a lot of information on this already. Which, hey, us people out here in the true crime community, we're not going to complain about information being served up to us. So we know he's being charged with 3 of the deaths. We know that at least 4 bodies, right? At least 4 bodies that were found are pretty much tied together. Not literally physically tied together, but there's description and of the disposal, and it's pretty much of the same manner. But that being said, the 3 that he's being charged with, there has to be like direct links to those 3, right? Not saying that they're not going to be able to link him to the other ones. It's just those are the ones that they're able to link him to now to get him off the street, to get the charges started, right? That's just starting, guys. And this all is just getting started. Granted, this investigation's been rolling for a hot minute. And the beginning of this investigation, when this stuff all started kicking off in 2010, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that really screwed this investigation up. There was some I don't know what you say. Not really conspiracy, but there was some bad stuff going on in the force. You know what I mean? In the department that was supposed to be in charge of investigating this, right? And it wasn't anything that was connected directly to this case. It was stuff that was going on with other cases that basically took all the vigilance away. All the focus on this case was taken away because there was some other shady stuff happening in the force. Now that shady stuff's been dealt with. The individual that was causing those issues has been dealt with, and now we're here. We have new people running the show, and the task force put together for this investigation. Man, they've stepped up. They've stepped up in a big way, and when I explain it to you, they have stepped up in such a big way that not only were they able to find them, granted, that's huge, but the way they were able to do it, masterful. All right, with how much we know already, and I'm sure as more information comes out, it's going to make this department and this team of detectives look absolutely amazing, because they were able to get DNA evidence, digital footprints, eyewitness testimony, and put it all together in a way to find this man. And when I say digital footprint, I'm talking about digital footprint off of burner phones. This man had 7 burner phones. So essentially what he was doing, this man, which enough people are going to keep saying his name. I'm just going to refer to him as RH, right? Just use his initials. Screw this dude. But this RH fella, an architect, a well-known architect, living in Long Island, operating out of Manhattan, right? He, well known, has a wife, 2 children, seemingly normal, right? Well, I mean, kind of. I've seen an interview with him that was previously done before this capture, and it kind of comes off a little bit strange, a little bit narcissistic, a little egotistical, but whatever. Some people are like that do big business. But this man had a seemingly normal, successful life. But what he was doing is he was using, his away from home time to do what old Alex Murdaugh used to do, engage with ladies of the night, right? So he would use these burner phones to contact these women. And this is how he was getting a hold of these victims. He would wait until his family was out of town, until he was, not going to be around them. And that's when he would perpetrate these acts. It's crazy. Now, early on, when he was going to go, consort with one of these ladies, he'd walked in, and I guess there was some type of altercation where this woman's boyfriend or friend or whoever the case may be had an issue with him showing up, and he ended up backing out, right? Well, at that point, they got a description of him. And that description of him, right, that is part of the evidence that helped law enforcement pin this dude down. Now, there's so much, man. I mean, honestly, I just want to do a quick video on it, I'm going to deep dive this a little bit more and get a more refined video out, this weekend more than likely. Might even do a live on it. But we're talking like this man not only had burner phones, not only he was seen by witnesses, his vehicle seen by witnesses, which helped law enforcement figure out who he was. Once this new task force had been put together and a real investigation started popping, he had actually taken the phone from one of the victims and called and harassed her little sister, which also helped them figure out who he was. And his digital footprint right from these burner phones, which, check it out. A burner phone, bro, you're supposed to get rid of after you use it. And this idiot kept one. At least one that we know of, law enforcement has. And they were able to take the digital footprint from that and show him using it in his home area, Long Island, and then around his work area and the subway that he takes to where he works. This guy, for being smart, he was pretty damn stupid on that aspect. But that there just goes to show you that no matter how well you plan these types of crimes, just like old Brian Koberger, no matter how well you plan it, how much education you have, you're bound to slip up. So, man, guys, digital footprint, eyewitness, descriptions of him, of his vehicle, the DNA connecting him. Because what it looks like is that he might have actually been wearing or using possibly his father's belt during the commission of one of these crimes and lost it. Sound familiar? Old Koberger, right? With the knife sheath and the DNA and the snap. This is crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. So, like I said, they have him linked to 3 people for sure. And the investigation is not over. It's just getting started now. I have a suspicion that they're going to go ahead and be able to link him to more of these murders. And, I think it's just going to get crazier. So I think we're going to go from, the 3 that he's being hit with to, could be more. Could be 10. And if at some point he decides to break and confess to things, it might be a whole lot more than that. Because I got a feeling that this didn't just start happening He didn't just start doing this in 2010. I feel like this is something that he probably been doing for a while. And then it's like, man, he's got all the hallmarks too of a serial killer. It's like his MO of finding victims, is using, strategy to get away with it all, knowing the dump locations, knowing how to dispose of the bodies in areas where people wouldn't find them. The fact that like 4 of the bodies were found wrapped in burlap to where it would make it easy to disguise them, right? Because for you that don't know, burlap, that's used, a lot of military snipers use those as for ghillie suits, right? And because of the color and know how well it blends into the scenery, the brush. So, and then the crazy part about that is knowing that one, I could wrap them in burlap to make it hard to see, but it's also let the body breathe for decomposition. That's crazy, man. And then they haven't come out, as far as I've read, they haven't come out and said exactly the cause of death of them all. But in the prior releases of information from 2010 to this point, they've talked about describing strangulation murders. So it sounds like the MO we're going to hear from this guy is going to be strangulation. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably how he's been doing it. And then if you see the size of this dude, this guy's got to be, I don't know his exact size, right? But I'm going to speculate, well, looking at him standing next to the officers, this guy's got to be 6'4" plus. He's a big dude. He's an ogre looking dude. That description is perfect. He's a big dude. I'm not talking muscly, but he's a tall, big dude. So, and then all the ladies have been short, small ladies that are big like that. I mean, he's gonna have no problem subduing them at all. It's wild, man. This one is wild, absolutely wild. I can't wait to sit down. I didn't have enough time. Today's been a crazy day for me. So I haven't had enough time to sit down with my notebook and break it down, get all the pinpointed or the bullet points and all the information down. So basically, this is all off the cuff of just what I've heard all day. Um, Absolutely nuts, dude. So to recap, he's an architect, initials RH, has a family, has a wife, has 2 kids, has a very successful practice, owns properties in the Long Island area, um, and has been connected to these murders with digital footprint, DNA evidence, witness, descriptions, and it's bananas, man. It's bananas. And then I heard some people speculating too, as far as like, the bodies, like, I think it's 11 bodies that have been found in that area. And they all jive with this case except for, like I said, the toddler and then the trans individual. But they could have, I'm not saying they're not victims either of his. Possibly could have been. I mean, the person that was trans was supposedly, a person of the night. So that could have been one of those situations where he thought he was getting one thing and found out he was getting a whole another thing with that package and unalive that person. And as far as the toddler, I mean, that could have easily been him too, because, I hate to say it, but with these ladies that do this type of work, they're not always working with their right mind. And they could have either met up somewhere and she could have had the toddler with her. And then once, he dispatched mom, what else he's going to do with the toddler? You know what I mean? So that's not ruled out as him either. So we're talking 11 bodies. We got the guy. He's connected to at least 3. And they have enough information to connect him to 3, like I said, with the DNA, the digital footprint, witness descriptions of him, his vehicle, and it's all checking out. I don't know. I'm blown away by it because this is a case that I haven't followed super, super close, but I've kept an eye on it here and there. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's something that it makes the headlines. It's made the headlines, right? before today, it's been in the news, major media, all that. So, it's one of those active ones that are on the FBI's list. Because they say, man, FBI says there's like 25 to 50 active serial killers in our country at any given time, and this is one of the ones that they've been trying to find for a minute. So I've been keeping an eye on it a little bit, but man, when it came out today that they found the guy, bro, I was like, what? Finally! And then they started breaking down who it was, and I was like, oh damn, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. I didn't see it being a well-known individual. You know what I mean? Something that was well off like that. But then once they started breaking down the MO on it and this and that and all the information on it, I was like, dude, this guy is like a poster child. He has all the earmarks of a serial killer. This is straight up like textbook. And then oh yeah, one other piece of information too that they dropped, which was pretty crazy. They dropped it was this dude's internet searches, right? Just adds to that textbook serial killer, MO. This dude was looking up. He's got like 200 internet searches searching the crimes and trying to keep up with what law enforcement does. Like, dude, I'm telling you right now. As of right now, I believe they have enough to get the conviction for the 3. But I'm praying that they dig and they get him connected to more of them, because, come on, let's face it, there's no coincidences. We got 11 bodies they found in that general area. And they all, besides the toddler, they all fall in the category of, sex workers. Let's just say what it is. And I really hope they're able to connect him to all the ones that he's involved with. Or at least at some point he breaks and he just gives up the goose, you know what I mean? And just, hey, here's all the information. I'm connected to all this stuff. And then I've seen some people, one more thing. I've seen some people like trying to speculate on, the reasoning behind this. What do you mean reasoning behind this? What was his motive? Bro, this dude is a bona fide serial killer. What are most serial killers' MOs? They get pleasure from taking lives. It's that simple. Their targets, they vary, right? Some guys pick regular, women or men or whoever they're going to go after. But, they target people that they know that they can take out. Well, this guy, he ain't the first person to go after sex workers. He's not. He's not the first serial killer. A lot of them have done this, right? One of the most prolific serial killers in America. That's all he went after. So, MO, man, there all day. And reasoning behind it is he's a sick freak, 100%. And well, add a little something else to that. This information we got as well is that some of his internet searches were for some pretty bad stuff, some pretty bad sexual content, like torture porn. You know what I mean? And this right here, honestly, this too, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up. That torture, corn, we'll call it, is part of why I'm so upset about the whole Zabgirl situation, is because a lot of people are like, she put autopsy photos up of a little boy behind a paywall, and there's this big backlash over it. But not enough people are talking about the fact that it wasn't just autopsy photos that she put up. Those autopsy photos, the content that are in them, lines up with CP, torture CP. You know what I mean? So this freak right here is the type of people that search that stuff out. How are you guys not putting that together? All you people that want to go ahead and be like, oh, what you did wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, Gotta forgive and forget. It wasn't that bad. No, it was that bad. It absolutely was that bad. Because look, this guy's a prime example of the type of individuals out there that seek that type of content out. A serial killer. So she posted content that people like this go find and will pay for. Is what it is, guys. Be mad at me if you want. But anyways, like I said, this is just a quick update. It was about a 20-minute update. I just wanted to jump on talk about it, get it out there. I know I'm already gonna have some subscribers. I knew I was gonna have subscribers hit me up, whether it was Discord or Instagram or whatnot. Be like, hey, dude, how come you're not covering this? What are your thoughts on this? So here I am, covered it, my thoughts on it, and I'm gonna get back with you guys with a little bit more in depth, more information. Some dates, some more precise stuff on it. Possibly even do a live on it this weekend. But that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me know what you guys think about this crazy one. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about my thoughts on it, what your thoughts are, all of it. I'm interested to see. That being said, I'm out of here, guys. Until next video, it's your boy, the Piscine Predator, aka TPP, baby. I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.